You can never have too many Picky Bars. We even have a cookie jar full of Picky Bars. Oh, we're running kind of low. Gotta restock this drawer. The boys are starting to learn where in the house Picky Bars exist, so that's dangerous. Peanuts, dates, tapioca syrup, dried currants, brown rice, rice protein, walnuts, red 8 cinnamon, brown rice syrup, sea salt, mixed tocopherols, that's a good one, and that's it. Unbelievable. Not many ingredients and all real food. Meat, Picky Bars. Cool. So a little backstory on Picky Bars and how I started it and where it came from. So in 2008, I met Lauren Fleshman and Jesse Thomas in Eugene, Oregon. At the time, Lauren was trying to make the Olympic team for the US in the 5,000, and we both coincidentally were hurt, and we met in a apartment complex gym. And she's biking next to me, telling me about her story. And before she says like what she had run, I'm like, oh, I'm trying to make an Olympic team one day too. And she's like, oh, that's great. You know, what have you run? And I told her, and she's like, yeah, I ran 14:58 in the 5K. And I'm like, oh, okay, so you actually have a legitimate shot to make the Olympic team. And here I was, I had just taken 12th place at the 08 Olympic trials. So my dreams of making an Olympic team were really far off the map, and she was really in the thick of her career. And what she told me was her husband, Jesse, he was trying to be a pro triathlete, but the problem he was having was he was getting a lot of gas, and two things. One, it was affecting his performance, and two, it was also stinking up their house, and she was tired of it. So she wanted to create this energy bar that, one, had real food ingredients, tastes good, and also tick the boxes of the 4-to-1 carb to protein ratio. So she invited me over one day, and she's like, yeah, I'm just trying to tinker around with different recipes. And we ended up sharing a bunch of laughs. We got to know each other really well just by digging our hands in this gooey batter that we were making, and we just threw a bunch of honestly random shit in there. And it was pretty awesome that over the next couple months, we started to make these balls, and we were letting people try them. We brought them to practice, and we asked the community, hey, what do you think about these? And people were like, these are really good. You guys should try selling these. And Lauren and I were like, well, we just kind of made these for fun, and she was making them for Jesse. But we said, you know, this could be something, a distraction, because we were both injured. And as professional runners, sometimes you don't know, well, when I stop running or stop competing, like what's next? What comes later in your career? And she said, well, what if we did something and we looked up how to start a home energy bar company in your kitchen? So we literally Googled how to start a home energy bar business in your kitchen, and it told us to do a couple things. It said you have to have a business license, you had to get your kitchen certified, and you had to have a business model. So a couple of those were easy. Lauren could get her kitchen certified. The second part, Jesse had actually just gotten his MBA from Oregon. And so we were like, Jesse, you know, I don't know if you're busy, but do you want to start an energy bar company with us? And of course, he's laughing at Lauren and I because we think it's this great $1 million idea. I mean, he's like, yeah, there's actually some planning that has to go into it, you guys. But with the three of us and the collective ideas that we had and the different strengths that we all three brought to the table, we decided to go forward with it. And it's been really cool to see over the last 10 years what Picky Bars has turned into. And now the two of them, along with our Picky team, run the energy bar company in Bend, Oregon. We have a Picky Club where there's a monthly subscription where you can basically order bars, granola, or oatmeal, add them to your subscription, and they show up automatically every month to your doorstep. For me, Picky Bars has been something that, with my food allergies, they were kind of just something that was always there for me. You know, when I travel on long international flights, and a lot of times I can't eat the airplane food, and I have Picky Bars with me, yes, I get a little sick of having maybe 6 Picky Bars in a 24-hour span, but the reliability that I know that there's something I can always have and my stomach handles them really well, and I actually look forward to having them, is something that, I never thought when we started this company that's what it was going to turn into. And it's also so cool that the three of us decided, why else did we want to start our own business, was because we wanted to step outside the roles of just being professional athletes, and we wanted to move into what was the next phase of our career going to be. And it almost became this vision and mission of, hey, if other people want to pursue their dreams and they really envision their life this way, why can't they just get after it? And so starting Picky Bars for us was that way of, we have our professional running and triathlete careers over here. We've all started families, and now there's this other phase of being entrepreneurs and running our own energy bar company. And so I almost thank the company for how it began in such a small idea, in Lauren and Jesse's kitchen, in the Chase Village apartment complex, and how it's turned into something 10 years later that I could never imagine. And it's been really cool to see that I could be in the airport randomly, and if I see somebody with a Picky Bar wrapper, I don't even know them, but I'm gonna go up to them and say, I'm so glad you're eating our energy bar company. So then it becomes this connector, between random strangers. Boom. That almost could be its own episode. Thanks for listening to the story about Picky Bars. Obviously, you guys can see I'm in a different outfit and a different place when we first filmed the episode for Picky Bars. But I was kind of just explaining how it got started, and we were trying to film something from nutrition, and then I just rolled into it. And as you can see, we made a full episode of it. And since Picky Bars is such a crucial part of my life and Ben's life and Jesse and Lauren, I thought that devoting an episode towards it and how it began and how it kind of changed our lives from athletes to business owners and entrepreneurs was really important. So I hope you guys took a lot from the episode. You learned about Picky Bars. If you've never heard of them, you can head to the website, www.pickybars.com. Check us out, and if anything else, you can just learn the story about, dreaming big. And if you have an idea that you're nervous about pulling the trigger on and you don't know if it'll work out, you never know unless you try. So I'll see you guys next Sunday.